Hi, I'm Vanessa from speakenglishwithvanessa.com. I don't feel so great. Could you help me? Let's talk about it. Let's imagine this situation. You are visiting the US, you're walking down the street, and you see me. But when you see me, I look like this. I don't look so great. Do you know what to say to me? Could you help me in this situation? Well, never fear. Today, I'm going to help you learn how to speak about feeling sick and also help other people when they're feeling sick. We're going to talk about some common questions to ask when someone is sick and some common questions someone might ask you when you're sick, some common vocabulary that you can use, and also we'll have a sample conversation between my husband Dan and I. You'll see how to talk about this, and then it will be your turn. You'll have the chance to speak with me and talk about feeling sick. I hope this will boost your confidence and give you the tools that you need so that when you use this in real life, you will feel ready to go. All right, let's get started. To help you never forget what you are about to learn in this lesson, I have created a free PDF worksheet that you can download with all of today's questions, vocabularies, and sample sentences. Plus, you can answer Vanessa's challenge question at the bottom of the worksheet. This free PDF is a gift to you to help you review and remember everything that you've learned. You can click on the link in the description to download this free PDF today. All right, let's get started with some common questions about health and when you're feeling sick. Do you feel okay? Or are you feeling okay? You don't look so good. Do you feel okay? I saw you fall. Are you feeling okay? These are great introduction questions when you suspect that someone is not feeling their best. Where does it hurt? I use this question a lot with my sons when they fall or get hurt and I see they're crying. After helping them emotionally for a moment, I often ask them, where does it hurt? Is it your arm, your leg, your stomach, your head? Where does it hurt? Do you want to sit down? Do you want to lie down? If you saw me walking around the streets not looking so great, this would be a great question to ask me. Hey, Vanessa, I'm glad to meet you, but you don't look so great. Are you feeling okay? Do you want to sit down? Here's a bench. Oh, I would feel so taken care of. Have you taken anything for it? If I told you that I had a headache, you could ask me this question. Have you taken anything for it? And it means, have you taken any medicine yet? Can you stand? Can you wiggle your fingers? Can you walk? This is sometimes an assessment that a doctor or maybe a parent would use. When I was a kid, my parents said this to me, and I say it to my children as well. It's a good way to see if they're capable of doing something, but I think it also helps your child feel like, oh, I can wiggle my finger. I'm okay. It's not too serious. Can I bring you anything? This is lovely. You're offering to help. Can I bring you anything? Maybe some hot tea? Maybe a hot pad to put on your back because it hurts. Maybe a chair so you can sit down. Can I bring you anything? Our final question is one that the sick person can ask. Do I feel hot to you? Maybe if you're feeling a fever coming on or you're just not feeling that great, and if you don't have access to a thermometer nearby, you might ask someone, do I feel hot to you? And they'll probably put their hand on your forehead, either like this or like this, and assess roughly if you feel hot, which means you probably have a fever and you're not feeling well. All right, let's talk about some common phrases that you might use when you're sick. I feel dizzy. Oh, those flashing lights are making me feel dizzy. I feel woozy. I had the stomach flu last week, and this week I'm still feeling woozy. It's similar to dizzy, but it also means that maybe your stomach doesn't feel well too. I feel nauseous. This means you feel like you're going to throw up. I took some medicine without eating any food and now I feel nauseous. Notice the pronunciation here. The S in the middle sounds like shh. Nauseous. Nauseous. I hope you don't feel nauseous. I feel achy. It's kind of continuous dull pain, especially if you've been sick or you have a fever and you're in bed. You probably are going to feel just achy all over. I feel clammy. Usually we use this for our hands when they're wet or sweaty, but it's kind of cold. I feel clammy. Oh, it doesn't feel great. I feel fatigued or lethargic, and this means you feel really tired. It kind of feels like you're swimming through the air. Ugh, I just can't do anything quickly. I feel lethargic. And some general expressions about how you feel. You might say, I feel a bit under the weather. That means you're not feeling well. I feel a little bit under the weather. Or just, I feel under the weather today. I think I'm going to cancel our get together. I feel under the weather. I don't feel so hot. This means I don't feel well, and ironically, maybe you have a fever and you actually are hot. But overall, it just means I don't feel well. I don't feel so hot today. Or you might say, I think I'm coming down with something. To come down with something means that you're getting sick. You're getting a virus, or you're just getting some kind of sickness. Oh, I think I'm coming down with something. It's probably better for me not to go to the party today. And if someone else is sick, you can always tell them, get well soon, or I hope you feel better soon. Both of these phrases are very kind, and it can help to express that you care. Get well soon, or I hope you feel better soon. All right, now we're going to go through some vocabulary of some common problems or some common sicknesses that you might experience. I have a headache. Can you please turn that loud music off? If you have a fever, you should probably stay home. I fell and hit my head, and now I have some blurred vision. I should probably call the doctor. A bee stung me on my finger, and now I have swelling all over my finger. I think I need to take something. I might be allergic. I always have a stuffy nose, or I always have congestion in the springtime right now when all of the flowers are blooming. I always have a stuffy nose. I was sick last month and now I feel better, but I still have a little cough. I still have a little cough. I don't know what it's like in your country, but here in the US, if you have a little cough and you know that you don't have COVID, but if you cough in public, everyone says, and they feel a little bit nervous that maybe you're coughing because of COVID. But in reality, there are many reasons why someone might cough, but it's still in our minds and we're still a little worried about it, huh? I have a sore throat and it hurts to talk today. I have a muscle cramp in my leg and it hurts to walk. A muscle cramp. Notice that the C in the word muscle is silent. Do not say muscle. Instead, it's just muscle. My muscles are sore, or I have a cramp in my muscle. I have a family history of nut allergies. I have a family history of... This is a common phrase you might use at the doctor when the doctor wants to know what your parents or your brothers and sisters or your grandparents had problems with. They need to know that to better assess you. So you might use this phrase. I have a family history of diabetes. I have a family history of something. Another way to phrase this is diabetes runs in my family. We're not talking about running. We're just talking about something that's gone from generation to generation, and a lot of people in your family have this problem. So we might say, allergies run in my family. Diabetes runs in my family. Next, let's talk about some common vocabulary for things that might happen to you or someone you know. I jammed my finger playing basketball, or I sprained my wrist playing volleyball. I twisted my ankle and now it's swollen. I broke my arm when I fell out of the tree. I tweaked my back trying to pick up that heavy box. I cut my finger by accident with a sharp knife in the kitchen. My son tripped and skinned his knee. This means it's not so serious. It's not a deep cut. It just means that a layer of skin has come off. This happens often to children, especially on their knees or the bottoms, the palms of their hands. You might skin your knees or skin the palm of your hands. Oh, I pulled a muscle trying to pick up that heavy box. Now I need to sit down and put some ice on it. I pulled a muscle. If you are a parent, this probably happens to you a lot. I always stub my toe on my kids' toys. Maybe that means we need to clean them up more often. But if you have ever stubbed your toe, you know it doesn't feel any good. When you have any of these problems, you might go to the doctor, and the doctor might tell you to do something. The doctor might tell you to take some medicine. I have a headache and now I'm going to take some medicine. We often sometimes say, take my medicine. So you can either say, I need to take my medicine, it's 3 o'clock. Or you might say, take some medicine if you want to be more general. I need to take a Tylenol. I need to take an ibuprofen. These are the kinds of medicines that you might take if you have a headache, if you have some pain in a specific place and it's not a major injury, you might take an ibuprofen or you might take a Tylenol. I feel hot. I think I need to take my temperature. I need to take my temperature. The doctor said I need to take it easy for a couple days. This means rest and relax. We also use this phrase for someone when they're not sick, just to say goodbye. You might say, bye, see you later, take it easy. This doesn't mean that they should lay on the couch because they're sick. It just means have a good time. Have a relaxing weekend. Take it easy, a very common phrase to say goodbye. And we can also use this when someone's sick. Hey, you should really take it easy and don't do too much work this weekend. Just stay on the couch and try to recover. Take it easy. When I had the flu, the doctor told me I need to get a lot of fluids so that I would feel better. This could be water, it might be soup, it might be tea, some kind of fluids or liquid in our bodies. The doctor told me I need to get a box of Kleenex so that I don't sneeze everywhere and get other people sick. In the US, we often use the brand name Kleenex instead of saying tissue, but it's the same thing. You can also say, can you get me a tissue? I need to blow my nose. But a lot of people say, can you get me a Kleenex? I need to blow my nose. I cut my finger. I need to get a Band-Aid. A Band-Aid. This is another brand name that we use for a generic item. So you could say a bandage, but in the US, a bandage feels very serious. Like you have a big cut, only really a doctor would give you a bandage. But if you have just a small cut, you can use a Band-Aid. And if you have children, sometimes a Band-Aid solves many problems. If there's just a little cut, but they feel like it's so serious, a Band-Aid can always help. If you have a bigger cut, you might need to get stitches. I really hope I don't need to get stitches on my finger. I hate needles. Have you ever had to get stitches? When I was in high school, I broke my wrist and I needed to get a cast. A cast is very hard and it helps your broken bone, for me it was my wrist, to feel better within a couple weeks and to be able to heal. You might need to get a cast. When you're simply not feeling well, you need to make an appointment or make a doctor's appointment, and the doctor can give you a more professional assessment, better than your friends and family and Dr. Google. It's a good idea to make an appointment. Another way to say this is, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I think I need to see the doctor. I think I need to go to the doctor. These are all ways to say, I need to get a professional's opinion. So how are you feeling? We just covered a lot of questions and vocabulary that I hope you can use in your daily life. Now it's time to see a sample conversation. My husband Dan and I are talking about some time that I did not feel well, and he's trying to help me. Listen for all of the key phrases that you just learned, because after this conversation, it's going to be your turn to speak with me and use those phrases too. All right, let's watch. Morning.
Morning. Are you feeling okay?
I don't feel so hot. I woke up this morning feeling woozy, and now I feel achy and lethargic.
Oh no. Do you want to lie down? Have you taken anything for it?
No, I haven't, not yet. But I think I'm gonna call the doctor today. Do I feel hot?
Yeah, you do. Why don't you lie down on the couch and relax? Can I bring you anything?
I need to get some more fluids, so some hot tea would be great.
Well, you took care of me when I cut my hand and needed stitches. Now it's my turn to take care of you. So take it easy and I'll make an appointment for you.
Thanks, hun. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to be asking you a question and pausing, and I want you to use what you've learned today and respond to me. Pretend like we're having a conversation. If you need to pause this video so that you can think about it or answer for longer, great, you can do that. That's the benefit of a video, and you can always go back and review this section again and again. Are you ready? Let's do it. It's your turn. Hey, you don't look so well. Are you feeling okay? Have you taken anything for it? Well, you should take it easy and get some rest. Can I get you anything? All right, I hope this helps. Get well soon. Well, how did you do? How are you feeling? I hope that sample conversation was a good way to test your skills and also to do better and better each time that you do it. So please go back and review this section again and again. And now I have a question for you. Let me know in the comments, when was the last time that you were sick and how were you feeling? Can you describe some of your symptoms? Maybe you felt woozy or clammy or you had a fever. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to download the free PDF worksheet. This is a big one with all of today's questions and vocabulary, all of these great phrases that you can use to describe when you don't feel well, and also you can use them to help other people when they don't feel well. So make sure you download the free PDF worksheet. There's a link in the description so that you can never forget these phrases and you can answer Vanessa's challenge question at the bottom of the worksheet. Well, thank you so much for learning English with me, and I'll see you again next Friday for a new lesson here on my YouTube channel. Bye! The next step is to download the free PDF worksheet for this lesson. With this free PDF, you will master today's lesson and never forget what you have learned. You can be a confident English speaker. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a free English lesson every Friday. Bye!